Syrian and Russian forces unleashed all they could on eastern Aleppo. This was opposition-controlled until December 2016, when a 5-month siege and massive aerial bombardment finally forced the rebels out. This place has seen all manner of war crimes, and everyone has a story. Dr. Obey Diab comes back regularly to check on the home he had to leave when the barrel bombs hit. He's keen to show us where they fell, devastating the neighborhood.
They would hit indiscriminately. The jets would fly over and the bombs would drop. They'd just fall. Whether the wind blows it here or there, you just don't know. Is there a specific target in mind? I don't think so. They just hit and go. We had to bury the children with our bare hands. First of all, they were the kids of this neighborhood. Among them was my niece, this small. She was 9 years old. She died. What can one say?
He sent his children out of the country the year before Aleppo fell, scared that they'd be conscripted or detained. But he stayed on and the horrors continued. He was jailed for 50 days for refusing to inform for Assad's intelligence. By that point, he was already in his 80s.
We would sleep on our sides like this and would be stacked next to one another. And the lice and the scabies, I can't even describe it.
How did you feel when you heard that Assad had left the country?
Oh, thank God, 1,000,000 times. We were living in a grave before. It was like a rebirth. Now we can smell the fresh air. Outside the doctor's house, the children we saw playing are with their uncle, Ali. His story, too, is horrific.
We were here from 2011 to 2016, living in this home under bombardment and siege. Then Assad's criminal army came in, took us to prisons claiming that we were armed, and we stayed there for 3-4 years. When we left prison, they made us join the military. We did that and then came back to our homes.
Aleppo is Syria's commercial capital, the fall of the city to the regime, and now to its new Islamist leaders, historic turning points in this long civil war. When the rebels took Aleppo and stood in front of the citadel there, who would have thought it would only be a matter of days before the whole country would fall? But just look around you here and you see the magnitude of the task in hand. Not only do they have to ensure security, get the economy back up and running, they have to rebuild this country. It is a massive task. It will take a huge amount of funds. The international community will have to help. And remember, they're dealing for now with still a designated terrorist group. But if things stabilise, there will be many more who are willing to stay and play their part.
I'm an architecture student, so I really hope that I'll be able to rebuild this country so that we don't have to leave it for work, and we can actually use our skills here at home.
For now, there's a lot of hope. Hope that Syria's new guard will prove less sadistic than the last. Hope that history's next chapter is not so brutal. Magnay, Sky News in eastern Aleppo, Syria.